Captain's log, Earth date the 19th of July of 2024. The time has just gone 12 o'clock and it's a really hot day, so I don't really fancy getting on top of that roof now and baking. So what I've decided to do is to consolidate all the roofing adhesive and felt that I've got. It's all bitumen based, but it has a variances. So the variances is, like for example, that one there's bitumen with a fibrous content, so that's for bonding. That one is the same, it's like what they call blackjack, but it's bitumen based. And then the glue, and then the big container that I've got here is a Watco product. Not that I'm endorsing anybody, but it's brilliant stuff. But that tin, just that tin on its own there, that one there, when it was full, cost £187 before VAT, so just over £200 for one tin, but it's a fantastic product. So what I'm doing right now is I'm finding all the cans and tins and stuff that I've got that are related to a bitumen base, or bitumen roofing adhesive or sealant, and I'm consolidating them all into one tin. This tin was about that much in it, and now it's halfway. So I'm just consolidating everything into one, and then I'll use this drill and mixer to mix it all together. After which I will then take that one tub that's left over and take it up onto that roof and paint out the whole thing, which will give it an external sealant as well as a bond. So any of the joints that may have little gaps in them, mini gaps like that, you know, it will get it underneath it and will seal down, and I'll put it up with a roller. But it's so hot, and I've been out there for 2.5 days, maybe 3 days, let's say 3 days, and I really haven't got the stones, if you know what I mean, to go out there again and get baked. So what I'm doing right now is I'm sitting under my favourite oak tree in the shade on my crop circle, enjoying a bevy, and literally just emptying those into there. So I've got them on a funny angle. You can see I've jerry-rigged a system to hold it there, so that the can just drain off over a period. And I've done one. I've got that one to go. It's nearly finished, and then I've got that one to go. At which point, when that's empty, I'll mix them all together, put the ring binder on it and the lid, seal it, keep it in the shade because it is a petroleum product, which means that it is flammable. I'll keep it in the shade, and then if it cools down today, get up on there and paint out the whole surface. And yeah, so hopefully we'll get that knocked out either today or tomorrow, but today's way too hot, so I think it'll be tomorrow or possibly Sunday, because tomorrow I'm actually going to go and mow for the elderly. So that's it for now. It's just another step in the process. I also, where the pergola is, you can see those beams there. I'm going to be at some point taking the polycarb sheets that were on top of the conservatory and laying them on there over where the spire is, so we can go in there and enjoy it without getting rained on. If it rains, we can still do it. So that's just like a spa barbecue area with a pizza oven. So yeah, it's all good. Laters, bye. The captain's log, the 20th of July of 2024. The time is 10:30 in the morning. It's just started to rain, but luckily I managed to get the roof done. So that is now completely waterproof. And this is a good test actually, if the rain falls on it, because you should see water beading in a bit. But that is what it used to look like, that colour. Alright, and now it's nice and black. So what still remains for me to do up here is underneath here, on this flashing tape here, I've got to still remove that one. Then I've got to put a new one on and seal up things like that, which I haven't got around to just yet, and I can't do it in the wet because it won't do its job. And then this edge, all the way from there, all the way along, down to the end there, gets a fascia on, and the other side, and then the front gets a a trim on it which will look the same, but the difference is the fascia will hang over the top like that, and it'll cause a little ridge here all the way along on both sides, on the two sides of the building. So there'll be like a strip running along here and down here, and that strip that's there will channel the water to not come this way or that way. It'll force it to follow the fall, yeah, or the pitch to the end there, and then over the edge. So the piece that goes on the end over there has to be a flat piece. It can't have the hook, but it'll still be white. It'll still be the same length as all the other fascia, so it's absolutely going to look beautiful, and I'm very happy with the way it's turned out. Now this coating is a Watco roof coating, so the next step in the future, but not yet, it's not a requirement at this minute, the project. You can see I've just done a line of it there, but I've got that whole roof there, that's the old roof, to renew to look like that, and then the whole place will look crisp. Later's all. I'll show you as I get that fascia on, but it's not going to be right now because it's starting to rain. Ciao! Okay, so Captain's Log, the 20th of July 2024, and as I stated in the previous video, the roof's now finally been painted third coat. It's dry. Yep, it's dry. So what I'm working on now is areas like this. You see there's a little gap there because this building is not 100% square, so I'm going to be filling that up now with silicone and making sure that the join that we've got there, that little gap, is closed. So I'll put some silicone in there first, then I will paint over it with the bitumen base, let that dry as well, and then on top of that, from about there all the way down and behind this, I'll be, and it'll overlap to about there, I'll be covering that with flushing tape, which is a bitumen base as well. It's like this, wrapping it up and over and getting this corner all tidied up, and I'm going to do the same on that side as well. If you look down the wall, you can see it's not a perfectly straight wall, it bows a little bit, but anyway, that's what happens when you've got a 100-year-old house. Get that ready with silicone and flushing tape, or silicone, bitumen base and then flushing tape, before removing that flushing tape all the way along and then renewing it with new, putting new one on. So that's what I'll be doing now, and I'll show you what it looks like when I'm done. Later, bye. So there's the silicone that's been placed in and covering any areas where water can make ingress. I've done this side, this is the second side, and I've done that side down there as well. So what happens now is this has to dry, then from there all the way down to the bottom edge, which is there, up to there. So from the edge of this to there, it gets bitumened again once that's dry, and then the flushing tape gets adhered to it, wrapped around and down, and then eventually, once that's all done, I'll put the fascia on, and then I can have this piece done at a later date, because as it stands now it's waterproof. Alright, catch you later. Ciao. Still the same day, it's just gone 1:10 and I've just managed to get the first fascia on, but it's not exactly a fascia board, but it's actually a soffit that I've put on its side because it hasn't got the hook, so because I need the water to cascade over it this way. And currently I'm waiting for the seals that I've made to dry. You can see up there in that corner, just there, and on the other side's the same. So that's, once that's dried, like I said, I can then go ahead and tidy that up and then put the fascias on here. So little steps at a time. As you can see, overcast day, a lot of wet and damp in the air, so things are taking a bit longer to dry. But luckily, silicone will dry. It'll even dry underwater if it's given enough time. But while I'm waiting in between things, got the lawn mower out, and I'm starting to do the lawns. But I'm going to take a breather for a bit because I've been going at it since early. Latest, bye. log, Earth dated 21st of July of 2024. The time is just gone 12:30, and I finally finished up with the fascias on the roof. As you can see, I've put tape on, I've put the fascia on, I've put the end caps on, and I've done this all the way around. One last thing to do up there, which I can't do at the moment because the roof has to dry out a little bit. Effectively we had a little bit of rain last night, and so that's got to evaporate before I can continue. But fascia, another fascia, and finally another fascia, and that's the roof complete, excepting for one little bit of tape I've got to do, but I can't do that now. So that concludes the outside. And as you know, this whole process coming because of the storm damage we received last year when it blew one of the panels off, and then the house got water inside, etc, etc, which caused a bit of problems. So that's been done on the outside. Right, now we come to the inside. So this boxing in's got to get repaired. You can see the water damage, that's water damage, that. Alright, well, we'll fix that. Then I need to put a new ceiling in over there and over there, and repair the coving, and then just give it a paint job, and then we're back. So this bit is not too severe. Rightio, see you all, bye.